rid of some fucking haters, because there's always some dumbass saying some dumbass shit to me. And since this ain't about fame, I gotta get the ops out. The ops that could be bots. Okay? Ops that can be bought. All right? Isn't it funny that they're called iBots? iBot. iBot. IBOUGHT. iBot. iBots. IBOTS. I feel like the name itself speaks in volumes. Speaking on the things that like are going on in the industry, that just proves our theory right, that people are being bought, or iBots are being bought by people, by organizations or whatnot. I think it's a win for people who are independent, because everything, your suspicions have always been right. It takes money to become famous. Okay, the first card that I'm getting is the Prince of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And I'm getting the Nine of Swords. I don't know, rights to any music in the background. The Nine of Swords, the Prince of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Someone is destroying a machine right here. Okay. Something's coming in. I also feel like something's catching a virus. There's a virus in this machine. There's a malfunction on this machine. This could also be a robot, but I was talking about iBots. And there's a complete meltdown. I also feel like I can see on the screen, like, is this anonymous? Okay, because anonymous, with all due respect to, I have a lot of respect for them. They run in secrecy. And if you got Anonymous's attention right here, I feel like they have certain, because I gotta be careful what I say on this shit. I feel like Anonymous caught wind of something here. And there's going to be a message on the screen. Because I believe they have a certain face that shows up, and I'm going to show you something. It's a face like this, right before they're going to deliver a message. And that message is very firm and clear about something. Whatever this message is, they are talking business. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Anonymous is known for doing the righteous thing. And if Anonymous is sending somebody a message, it's because someone's not living in a righteous way. Because the Nine of Swords, it seems like they were putting a malfunction on a lot of devices. I feel like a lot of data is going to be lost. A lot of important data. This is like the war of the iBots or something like that. The Eight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you, it appears out of nowhere. Look how it appears. I have something to say. I also, I was watching this conspiracy theory on The Wizard of Oz. All right. They were like, really, was the old witch the enemy? When in reality, when Dorothy was with the fairy or whatever, everyone that Dorothy somehow magically took out were the enemies of that fairy godmother. And all she had to do was give her hints to get her there. I also feel like looks are deceiving. Looks are very deceiving. I also feel like someone went and opened up a coffin. Have you guys ever watched Evil on Netflix? I will highly recommend it for people, unless you're those kinds of people that really get scared off of certain things. It will teach you a whole lot of shit. They had gone to investigate this place where nuns weren't able to speak. Everything they did was sign language. If one of them were to speak, and at night they would sleep with like balls in their mouth and like gag balls, and they would put it around them, because if they ended up having a nightmare, they weren't able to scream, because according to the legend, in this certain area, this blessed area, if there was any kinds of screams or any kind of talk, it will open up a certain spirit that will come and put plagues upon them. And someone did talk, and the very moment that this woman spoke, there was a disease that was let out with, like, I don't know if it was an old bee, and that old bee brought a certain disease, and it would be inside of their chest and in their stomach, all right there. It looked like a big old circle. It looked just like that, going there, like eating it. And it was just happening to everybody all at once. And they were rubbing ointments on it to try to get rid of it. They were able to find out that it came from a certain bug, and it wasn't actually a spiritual thing, that it was because that certain bug was in that, because when they heard the voice, it triggered like a coffin or something that opened up, and that's the plague that was brought. I don't know exactly how to explain it. You got to go fucking watch it. But I feel like it's something like this. I feel like someone spoke some forbidden words. It's almost like if like an idiot, and I'm going to say an idiot. If you hear these folk stories, right, about not going to certain places, because if you go there, it could probably put a lot of people in danger. But the dumbass still goes and does it. And then he puts everybody in danger. And then somebody else has to come in and fucking find the solutions to these problems that this motherfucker started. Like, fuck. And it's a good lesson too at the same time, that just because you hear certain things and you think it might be a myth, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's an actual myth. It's almost like opening up these tombs, these forbidden tombs in these pyramids, where they say they are cursed, and motherfuckers still go down there because, hey, I'm gonna go down as a legend, and I'm gonna open these fucking caskets, and then me and everybody else, and I'm gonna say me because I'm gonna assume I'm the idiot that goes down there and opens up this casket, and we open up these motherfuckers, right? And all of a sudden, within the next 10 days, each day, anybody that was in that fucking place, we're opening up that casket, dies of an eerie death. It's like that. You hear those fucking rumors and you don't believe that shit until it becomes true. How do you explain these things that are only supposed to be myths? That it's only supposed to be a legend, that it's only supposed to be folk stories, that it's wife tales, tall tales, or whatever. How do you explain these things that happen? And see, the movie Evil, they had a priest, and they had like a scientist, and then they had a psychologist or whatever, because all of them had to agree that this was a supernatural event happening, or there was a scientific explanation, or they had a mental diagnosis for it, or they had a spiritual justification for the things that are happening. And I feel like this is a great combo, right? Because that movie Evil may just be a movie. You're getting where I'm getting at? That some shit may just be a movie. But for some people, this shit is really their life. Do you know that the Catholic Church, a lot of churches, a lot of organized religion, and even in the things I'm involved with amongst the shaman community, the tarot community, we understand certain procedures. They're there for a reason. Because majority of us know that there's certain things you're not supposed to play with, especially if you're not ready for that, especially if you weren't anointed to have those kinds of things, because it's not something that, like, because you can do certain things to alter your state of mind. Many people do it many times. It could just be with drugs, anything. You can alter your state of mind, but for some people, it's real. There is no drugs. There is no explanation on the things that you're about to see. The only thing is that it takes your own eyes to witness the things that you cannot explain. And I'm going to leave it there.